Nothing exists. Almost. You must be wondering what I mean by that. How could nothing exist, and why am I saying almost? Well, it's simple. No, I'm actually lying. It's quantum mechanics, so it's very complicated. I'm kidding. It's not that complicated, but it is quantum physics. But don't worry. I'll explain it in a way you will understand. We all know atoms, right? Atoms make up everything in the world. There are those little things. But it turns out that atoms are made up of stuff too. Atoms are made up of the nucleus, which contains protons and neutrons, and electrons that orbit the nucleus. Protons and neutrons are also made up of something called quarks. Electrons and quarks are something we call particles in the cool guy table. There are also more particles, like photons, that make up light, but it's getting too complicated, so all you have to really know is that particles make up everything in the world. So now we are getting into quantum mechanics. Double slit experiment. Okay, so just imagine having these little balls and trying to throw them through a hole on a wall. If you miss, it will hit the wall and not go through, but if you don't, it will go through and hit something behind the wall. It's based on the law of common sense. You can't go through a wall, you have to go through a door. And when you do go through the door, you will end up here and not here. And now quantum mechanics broke everything. And the weird thing about quantum mechanics is that those balls we talked about before, they are only balls when you look at them. When you don't look at them, they are a wave. So when you don't look at them, they are waves. They behave like waves. They might be there or they might be there. But when you do look at them, they become insecure and pick one place and go there. So when you don't look at them, they behave like waves, create a pattern like this because only the peaks hit the wall. But when you do look at them, they make up their minds and start behaving like a ball, creating this pattern. And it's that simple. Now, the most important and simple part. Heisenberg's uncertainty principle. Heisenberg discovered that the better you know a position of a particle, the worse you know its speed, and vice versa. A good example of this is a blind guy in a room with a football. We can tell the blind guy the speed of the ball, but the only way for him to know where the ball is to touch it. And as soon as you touch the ball loses some of its speed, so now you don't know what the ball speed is. You can't also catch the ball because if you would, it would just teleport away. That's one thing about quantum mechanics too, but now that is way too complicated, so just forget it. So all you have to really know about quantum mechanics so far is that when you don't look at them, they are a wave. But when you do look at them, they are a particle. And the more you know about a particle's speed, the less you know about its position. So finally, nothing exists. Now this requires a bit of creative understanding. So you know how a car is a physical object, right? And a car has properties like color, position, speed, etc. Well, it happens to turn out that particles, those things that make up everything, are not real in the same sense as the car. Particles are, hear me out, they are pure numbers. Like as a car is a physical thing that has properties represented by numbers, a particles like electrons are not physical things that have properties, they are properties. So like if a car is a physical thing that has speed, let's say 10 kilometers per hour, an electron would not be a object that has a speed of 10 kilometers per hour. It is 10 kilometers per hour. A good comparison of this is that humans are physical things that have feelings, but a human particle would not be something that has feelings, it would be the feeling. Energy is a great example. We say that when I throw a ball at you, the ball has some energy, but the energy it has is not some physical thing that I can touch or see or smell. It's just a value assigned to that ball. So it turns out that particles are not physical things. They are literally just pure values and properties. And I want to note that this isn't some silly idea of mine. This is a widely accepted concept of quantum mechanics. And it also turns out that it makes a lot of sense with things like string theory and E. But now it's too complicated again. That's a whole another topic for some other day. And in summary, particles are just measurable values and probabilities, and because particles make up everything, so that means you, me, and your car are all just values and probabilities. So nothing exists in a physical sense like we all thought. That's all. See ya.